Hey everybody, stick around because today we are talking about this. So you're probably wondering, what is this? Well, this is Warmoth's new Working Man Tribute Tele replacement body, and it is a thing of beauty, I'll tell you right now. Today I have it attached to a warhead neck. This one is 5A flame maple. And you'll notice that our Working Man Tribute body also has a 5A flame maple core. The sides are Alder, and anytime I hear about a guitar with a solid maple body, I just go, ooh, that's going to weigh a ton. But these are actually chambered in the Thinline style, and this whole guitar probably weighs, I'm going to say, 7¼ pounds. So these also come with the 3-piece LamTop. You have flame maple, and then the center stripe is walnut. This guitar has so many features, I don't even know where to start, honestly. Well, I'll start with the Planet Waves stereo jack. And they come in really handy if you have, you know, like active pickups or something. They give you all kinds of extra wiring options. You may be thinking, well, I'm just going to make a regular old guitar. I can just use a regular old stereo jack, or regular old 1/4-inch jack. But there are a couple of good reasons that you might want to consider this. The first one is if you're using gold hardware, it's gold. Gold jacks are pretty tough to find. I see all the time guitars with gold hardware, but the jack is chrome because that's all that's available, but these are gold. Also, they come with their own shielding cap, so if you're trying to eliminate as much RF interference as possible, you can get these, and they have their own little shielding cap. So, it's worth considering. So the pickup that we have in here today is a Seymour Duncan Jerry Donahue, and then in the neck position it's an Alnico 2 Pro. It's a great sounding set, and then just for the fun of it we wired it up with an Oak Grigsby 4-way switch. So we have a bunch of switching options. The first 3 are just the standard Tele with the bridge, and then the bridge and the neck in parallel, and then 3 position is just the neck. But then that 4th position is the bridge and the neck in series, which is kind of a bolder sound. Let me go through them really quick. And then just the neck. And that 4th position. I really like having that last option. It's a cool little add. We don't sell this switch, but you should be able to pick it up at StewMac or something like that. So all these sounds that you're hearing are coming through a Fender Hot Rod Deluxe. That's the amp that we use for all of our testing. And oh, one other thing. The finish on this neck, you'll notice, is a little bit deeper and richer than our regular vintage tint. We're calling this honey tint. And just by coincidence, it matches the color of this center block. You cannot get this tint on the website. You have to give us a call if you want it, but if you do, we'll definitely do that tint for you. I'm sure you've noticed by now this amazingly blinged out hardware. The engraved bridge, the engraved control plate, the engraved heel plate, and then we have also these gold tuners with Ivoroid buttons on them. And we are going to be selling all of these as a set. So you can get all 4 pieces, and I believe we're going to be pricing those at $225. So if you want that set, we've only got a few. We've got 3, I think. Maybe it was more than that. But it's not going to be a regular offering. So if you want that set, the set you see here, make sure you grab them. Again, that is the engraved bridge, control plate, heel plate, and then the gold tuners with the Ivoroid buttons. Also have this custom Ivoroid pickguard, which will come with all of the Working Man Tribute bodies. So this Working Man Tribute is a special run. I believe there are 9 in this initial release, and every one is just like a work of art with the 3-piece LamTop that has the figured maple on the sides and the walnut stripe down the center, and of course the flame maple block that goes down the middle. There's so many people have worked on these, and they just came out great. And I figured you guys would love a peek behind the curtain at just how much work goes into each one of these bodies. So these are the raw ingredients in the Working Man Tribute. You can see that we got the maple blocks here, flame maple, and they go between the alder, which is on the outside. And then this is the figured maple LamTop and the walnut that goes down the center. Once they are glued together, we use our template to cut out the basic shape of the LamTop. And this is what they'll look like once they're matched up. So after that, the body core goes to the CNC machine and it's cut to the basic shape and routed. And you can see here that the sides are chambered pretty much like a Thinline style, but that flame maple center block is left completely solid. That's a key ingredient to this body. And once it's done there, it's sanded and prepped, and then the LamTop is glued on. We spread the glue out on both sides, and once it's in place, we use little wooden dowels to pin it exactly where it needs to go. And after that's done, we put it in a press. Get that thing on there nice and tight. And then once that's finished, the binding channel is cut and the binding is installed all by hand. It's very, very meticulous work, very detail-oriented work. Takes a little while to bind one of these things up. But once the binding is installed and everything is in place, this is basically what it looks like before it heads to the finishing department. First step in the finishing department is all the taping and masking that gets done before it heads to the spray booth. And you can see here that we've got the whole top and the stripe in the back masked off as we start to spray on that first layer of black. And we pull the mask off the front and we do the black burst and then an inner brown burst, all done by hand. When that's finished, we pull off the mask on the back and you can kind of start to get an idea of what it's going to look like. And then we add that honey tint on the front and the back. And then we pull the masking on the binding off, and that's when the thing really starts to pop. And then usually the last step in any of these special runs is that we stand around with our hands in our pockets and talk about how awesome they look, and that's exactly what we did this time around. It's really cool to see a whole bunch of these bodies all together. And that is the Warmoth Working Man Tribute Tele replacement body. If you have any more questions, check out our website or give our customer service reps a call. And until next time, keep on chicken picking. That's cornball. So cornball. Oh, I hate myself for saying that.